Hello my dear students, welcome you all in online class. I hope you all are fine. Let's begin, okay? Today we are going to discuss some extra question from the chapter Food, where does it come from? Actually student, we have already revised the chapter in 3 classes. I hope you have seen that in a keen way. So let's begin with the first question. Define the term food. Food are the eatables. So what we can eat? So eatables taken by the human beings and animals which provide them energy for various activities and for growth and their good health are called food. Okay. Now the next question. What do you mean by food habit? The habit of an individual owing to means because of, which it takes place in a particular type of food depending on its taste and availability is called food habit. So you have already read that on the basis of food habit, animals can be divided into 3 groups. First is herbivores, next carnivores, and then omnivores. Now define the term ingredients. What are ingredients? The materials that are needed to prepare a particular type of dish are called ingredients. So for making a material or to making a dish, some materials are used to prepare a dish, such as for making roti or chapati, wheat flour, water and oil. These are used. These are actually known as ingredients, and here the food dish is the roti or chapati. Next question. Explain the importance of food for living organisms. Why food is very necessary for all organisms, like all living organisms. So this is actually for the following reason. What are these? It provides us energy to do various activities. Whatever activities we are doing, we are getting energy from the food. That's why we are able to do so many activities or various activities. And it helps in growth. That's why in case of any living organism, just like us in human beings, a baby is grown to a adult, then old person. Okay. So it helps in growth and it helps in repair and replacement of damaged part of the body. Okay, whenever we have any injury, the injury is replaced by the new tissue or new cell of our body. So this all things are done by the food. All things are cured by the healthy food, and it protects us from infection and disease. So it also makes our immunity more strong and less prone to disease, and also protect us from infection. Okay. Next, whether plants or animals gives us more variety of food. Explain. As we know that the different animals gives us meat, eggs, milk, honey and few other varieties of food only. On the other hand, plants provide us a large varieties of food. For example, cereals, pulses, fruits, oil, fats, vegetables, sugar and a large number of other products. That's why we can conclude that plants gives us more varieties of food. Okay. Next, why should we eat cooked food? Why should not we cook the raw food? What is the major reason here? Cooked food is easily digested by our body, and it also kills harmful germs, and the cooking increases the taste of the food, and that is why we should prefer cooked food. Okay. Now the question is, write the food habits of the people in Tamil Nadu and Punjab. In Tamil Nadu, what are the food habits of the people in them? like idli, dosha, sambar, banana chips, coconut oil. These are the main food habits of the people in Tamil Nadu. And in Punjab, lassi, paratha, pulses, chapatis, these all are the food habits of the people of Punjab. Okay. Now define sprouted seed. Sprouted seed. I have shown you in a video class, that was your revision class, that how the sprouted seeds looks like. What are those? Actually, the germinating seed at the initial stage when a white structure grown out from the seed. This is also called radicle in biology, are called sprouted seed. So these sprouted seeds are very nutritious than that of normal seeds, raw seeds. Okay. And as you know, from the sprouted seed, a new plant is grown. So whatever a plant is needed, means the nutrients that is already in a sprouted seed. That's why sprouted seeds are most nutritious rather than the raw seeds. And the germinating seeds, that is the first stage or initial stage when a white structure grows out from the seed. That structure is known as sprouted seed. Now the question, write the names of some edible parts of the plants. The answer will be, we eat flowers, fruits, leaves, roots, seeds and stems of some plant. Various edible parts of plants with some example are listed below. So here two columns are there, edible parts of plants, and in another portion the examples. As the root, so root as food we are using beet, carrot, sweet potato, radish, etc. Then second, stem. Stem as food like onion, potato, ginger, sugarcane, these are used. Third, leaves. Leaves such as spinach, cabbage, methi, these all are used as leaves. Leaves, these actually used as vegetables. Okay, spinach, cabbage. Next, flowers. Flowers such as cauliflower, broccoli, these are used as the food from flowers. And also the food as seeds like mustard seeds, sweet pea, lotus, groundnut, these all are used. And as fruits as food, many fruits are there. You can name them, I know. Banana, mango, apple, etc. etc. What is honey and what is its importance? A sweet substance that is mainly liquid prepared by bees from the nectar, and that is the sweet juice collected from the flowers, is called honey. Honey consists of water, sugar, minerals, and it is easily digestible. It can be easily digested by us and used in many medicines as an antiseptic. So its main importance is used as antiseptic. Antiseptic means it destroys the growth of microorganisms which harms our body, like many bacteria. Okay, something like that. These are called microorganisms. Microorganism means the organisms which are very small, which cannot be seen by us in naked eyes. They can be seen under an instrument called microscope. That's why these organisms are called microorganisms. So the main benefits of honey, it can be easily digestible and used as medicine as it is having antiseptic property. Okay, I hope you understood this. Next, define scavenger. Scavenger, some carnivores and omnivores that eat dead animals. I have already shown you in a slide video division class that what do you mean by scavengers. Scavengers, I have also shown you some picture, just like I think it was of hyena or something, hyena or crow. Okay, these are scavenger actually. So they are helping cleaning our surrounding. That's why they are called scavenger. So scavenger are coming under carnivorous as well as omnivorous. So some carnivorous and omnivorous that eat dead animals are called scavenger, and they help in cleaning our surrounding. and you can name them easily, I hope. Next, what do you know about vegetarian and non-vegetarian food habits? So, vegetarian, non-vegetarian, you have already known about this term. I know this. As you know, we are omnivorous. So, man is omnivorous, that is, he can feed on both plants and animals. But due to some religious and traditional reasons, some people strictly avoid the food containing meat, fish, egg, etc. So due to their religious restriction, they are avoiding such food like meat, fish, egg that is coming from or obtained from the animals. While some have no hesitation or no such restriction of such foodstuffs. So on the basis, there are two types of food habits found in our society. First is vegetarian, second is non-vegetarian. Vegetarians means the people who do not eat fish, egg, meat, etc. They are called vegetarian, and the people who do not just obey such restriction, just like who eat meat, fish, egg, etc. are called non-vegetarian. Okay, I know most of you are non-vegetarian. So students, if you have any problem about this extra question, ask me in the e-portal. I am always there. And for today, your homework is there in the next slide. See this. Homework is the fill in the blanks of this. And this page I will also upload it in the e-portal. So students, kindly see this, and you are requested to do this homework at your home in your science copy and show it to me in the e-portal. I hope you understood all things which I have told. So thank you